Go ahead, bro. And we had to Salaki about that. We had to start over because it was buffering. So Salaki about leave it. Leave it.
So Daniel 9 and verse 12, it says, and he has confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
Yeah, so these nations haven't been through what we've been through. Right? Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Right? We are Jerusalem. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then as we were going into, these other nations haven't gone through.
Under. Down. All the way.
Yeah, these other nations haven't gone through, you know, the judgment that the Lord put us through, man. And he put us through judgment under their hands. You know, you have nations like Moab, Ammon, they've never been into hardcore captivity, man.
No, they ain't been through shit. Right? They ain't been through shit like we going through. We still in captivity.
That's right.
Like these nations, they in captivity. They don't even realize it, but they living good.
Yeah.
They it's like regular. It's just like another day at the job for them. For us, it's another year, another day, another month, another hour, another minute of oppression.
That's
Right? Because we ain't been sovereign since we've been taken over. We ain't been sovereign. Right? We ain't had our own home to go to. All these other nations, they can go home. Right? They call themselves American this, American that, but they got lineages that's coming from these other major countries, man. Your different countries in Europe, different countries in East Asia, different countries in the southwestern Asia. They can go home and might land, right? But them homes is fucked up because America and other corporate or gigantic organizations, they plundered those lands. So they can't get the freedom that they have in this country over in their so-called homelands. But it's gonna come a time when this place is under such a siege, these nations, they're gonna be like, look, we're going to our own home. We getting the fuck up out of here.
That's right.
And you people that are here, you gonna wish you could leave, and you ain't gonna be able to.
Yeah, because all these nations, even the ones that have gone through some sort of tribulation here, man, they've gotten rewarded right after, man.
Yep.
Look at with Ammon during World War II here in Hawaii, man.
Yep.
And they went through a little bit of a tribulation, but look at Hawaii now. It's pretty much ran by fucking Japanese people, man.
Right, white is first is white, and really it's Jewish, then it's white, then it's Japanese and Filipino people.
That's right.
They got the best portion of this planet, this state right here.
That's right.
Look at the senator, the state senator, some old bitch that been in a Senate seat for decades, man. She just gone old in there. She keep getting reelected and just sit up there. It's a fucking Japanese bitch, man.
That's right.
Right here it is. They was kicking y'all buck teeth, glasses wearing asses in the mouth in World War II, and they show you how weak they are because they kiss Esau's ass. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
And even Japheth, man. You know, you have Japheth always talking about, they took a shit and whatever, but you still getting more benefits than any of our people are getting, man.
Yeah.
You know, you get cheap houses, you get what do you call it, homesteads and shit. And you motherfuckers is lazy anyway. It's not like Esau was gonna give you something and you were just gonna become these, high entrepreneurs and all that shit. Like, no, you motherfuckers like to eat and sit in the fucking beach, do nothing, man.
Yeah, hang out, drink.
He gave you what you wanted, to an extent.
Real quick, the brother ancient knew Jeremiah 48:11. Moab have been at ease from his youth, and he have settled on his lees, and have not been empty from vessel to vessel, neither have he gone into captivity. Therefore his taste remained in him, and his scent is not changed. And you see that. Right. You can't list a time with China, Moabites was in slavery and captivity. They had something called the Opium Wars, but you can blame their leadership for that. Them Edomites came in, tried to get them hired up, and then eventually they got a leader that kicked them motherfuckers out of there. They still getting paid, but they were done. So Moab ain't never been changed and from vessel to vessel. He didn't get kicked out of his land and then had to go to another. Them motherfuckers migrated from the Middle East to Eastern Asia, man. And over time, they reprocreated. Nobody was fucking with them, so they was allowed to reprocreate, just like Jake in America, right? And Jake, the Northern Kingdom in America were reproducing at high numbers because there was nobody there to stop them. So it didn't take thousands of years to get millions of Israelites because they were just popping out, man. You know how Jake is. I saw a video earlier today where Jake, he married to a Northern Kingdom woman, what looked to be a Northern Kingdom woman, whatever. And man, he got like 7 kids with this woman, bro. I'm like, oh, this is fertile murder over here, bro. Yeah. She can't keep her legs closed, man. You know, but that's how it is. Jake reproduced, and then he got a bunch of sons, man, and a couple of daughters, man, newborns at that. I'm like, damn, how y'all making it? I got 9 people in this house, almost 10. You know, and they all underage, so it's like, yeah, she getting a check or something, and there ain't no way. And he's simple and shit. Oh, you want to see my kid collection? There was all his kids and shit. Go ahead, brother.
Well, I'll read it in the NLT, Daniel 9:12. You have kept your word and done unto us and our rulers exactly as you warned. Never has there been such a disaster as happened in Jerusalem.
Yeah, it never been such a disaster. We got changed from vessel to vessel. We went from our land to Babylon. We went from our land to Assyria to America. Our land to Babylon. Went from Babylon to Persians and the Medes. Went from Persians and the Medes to the Greek captivity. Went from the Greek captivity to the Roman captivity. Man, I'm tired, bro. Motherfucking, just even thinking about that shit makes you tired, bro. Leave it. Go ahead, bro.
Have all taken part in her.
Oh yeah, I think the first one. What nature have not? First Maccabees 2:10.
First Maccabees 2:10. It says, "What nation has not had part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?"
Yeah.
And all these nations, you know, had a part in the destruction of our people, man.
Yeah.
Whether it was directly or indirectly, man. Because we always say, man, who stood up for the children of Israel? You got all these people. You know, you have conflict right now with, you know, those Mohads and Palestinians, and you got everybody all pray for Palestine, all free Palestine, this, that. Well, where was everybody at when our people were getting destroyed?
Nobody was praying for us.
When we were getting nearly genocide out of the Americas, when they brought Judah into slavery, man, they had them working for hundreds of years, man. Nobody fucking cared, batted an eye, nothing, man.
Lamentations 2:15. All that passed by clapped their hands at me. They hissed and wagged their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against me. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we looked for. We have found it. We have seen it."
Right, man. And this is what you nations were waiting for.
Yeah.
The destruction of the sons of Israel, man. Because you know that if we were close to our power, we would have you nations in subjection, man. Doing what you don't like to do, which is righteousness. You know, ultimately that's what's gonna happen in the kingdom. But you nations knew, or you know who our people is, who the true Israelites are, man. And all of you are in cahoots to keep our people as far away from the Heavenly Father as possible, man.
Judah
From Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Judith chapter 5. Then you go into Judah chapter 5 and Psalms 83. It tells you both of those things.
That's right.
It says that if we with our power, if we do as commanded of him, he's with us. But when we leave him, we fell to our enemies. And that's why they keep Jake in a state of perpetual distance from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It's all in the spirit too, because the Lord don't want all Israel. But even if he did, these our enemies, they conspire against us. They say, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha Allah shall be no more in remembrance. Man. Right now, you hear the word Israel, you got the state of Israel, right? But those are not the people of the Lord, right? The 12 tribes are here in the Americas, man. And we're scattered abroad, but we're mainly here in America, man. All 12 of us, bro. You ask the Jay what happened to the Northern Kingdom, they'll say that he went over, the Northern Kingdom went over something called the San Batu River. And that shit don't even exist, man. And where the fuck is the San Batu River at? Where's that at? Nowhere to be found, man.
It's crazy. And then they were bringing out, what were the dudes at talking about that they were the tribe of Gad and Manasseh?
Some Asians?
Yeah, kind.
They were actually Asians from India.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So letting you know that they a bunch of liars. And it's crazy how, you know, you have Esau, he allows for the creation or the establishment of churches out of nowhere, man.
Yeah.
Of Christian, Catholic churches out of nowhere. But you don't see them let just a random a synagogue pop up. Like, nah, they got that shit under control because they know, like, look, we have a closed circle. You can't just come and you can't just come and change our doctrine. But you know, the word that was given to Jake, the Bible, they'll just let anybody pop up with a new church wherever, man, speaking whatever the fuck they want to talk about, as long as they don't come outside of their guidelines, which is what pretty much don't speak the truth.
Yeah, I saw a smart hat praying in a masjid, man. While the Muslims are holding their little group together, this fucking Edomite is in a corner, beating his head on the wall like this and shit, doing this type shit. Like, he's like, what the fuck God you bring him in there? And they was like, the reason why he can go in there because there's no idols in there. You can't go into a Christian church, but he can go into a synagogue and pray with a hat on. That shit was crazy as shit. That nigga was like this. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this nigga? He's possessed. Yeah. And even a fucking Arab woman got the fuck up and got away from that nigga, man. Like, oh, this nigga about to lose his shit. Let me move away from this nigga, man. That show you that even them smart hands don't respect your idols, man. Right? Real quick, it says the San Batu River is primarily known in Jewish tradition as the San Bashan or the San Batin, a legendary river. It is said to have been located beyond which the 10 lost tribes of Israel exiled by the Assyrian king Shalmaneser V in 721 BCE. Here's what the legend says about the San Bashan. It is described as a roaring torrent of water or even stones, which make it impossible to cross. The turbulence of the river ceases. Look at this shit. It's a okay. Read it again. The San Bashan or the San Batin is a legendary river mentioned in rabbinic literature, particularly within the context of the 10 lost tribes of Israel. It is described as a river that is impossible, often depicted as a raging torrent of stone rocks, except on the Sabbath when it ceases its turbulent flow. This cessation allows for travel across the river only on the Sabbath, a day when Jews traditionally refrain from travel. Key aspects: exile tribe. The San Bashan is traditionally associated with the exile of the 10 lost tribes of Israel by the Assyrian king Shalmaneser V. Mythical nature. Many scholars consider the San Bashan to be a mythical entity woven into Jewish folklore and legend. You know what I'm saying? What kind of bullshit is that? See, then when we break the scriptures down, we tell you the truth, man. It said they came, the Most High stayed the waters, and they came to a land which never mankind